Okay, so we ended on just read the contents of the vault. So that's the 12th inch. So what it means by that is you need to make sure that as a leader, you're learning everything you can and you're constantly learning and you never stop. So part of growing yourself is by learning, right? Because obviously if you aren't doing anything to make yourself better, you're going to stay the same. So, and in order to be a good leader, you need to be able to learn different things so you can teach your team, but so you can also grow yourself too. So that is the 12th inch, is learn everything. And what I mean by everything is like, get on the back office if you ever get bored and just look at all the sheets that they have on there. Look at all of the trainings that they have on there. They have lots of video trainings on there that you can do. Please don't. So there's all those different things that we can learn, and through podcasts, through YouTube videos. There is so much that we can learn. It's just a matter of learning it, right? And applying it. So as a leader, something that I have learned even on the cruise is that I need to pass things to my coaches so that you guys can also learn leadership skills as well. So that is something that I'm going to be doing a lot more. So watch out because it's coming. So one of the things that I did start doing even before the cruise is I started turning over some of the team calls. So like while I was gone, I had Brianna do the team call, and each of you are going to be able to have a chance. In fact, I already have who next week is going to do, but I haven't talked to them yet. So after the call, I will ask them to do next week's team call. So the next inch is believe in yourself, or it's I believe in you. So at the end of the day, I didn't realize this until I became a Beachbody coach, but I realized that I needed somebody to believe in me. And at that time, like, I love my husband to death, but he was never really supportive at first when I started. And that was really hard for me because I had all these other people like downplaying what I was doing, saying that I wasn't going to make an income by being a coach and running all these, in their words, stupid accountability groups that I was running. And they just said that I wasn't going to succeed in it. And anybody that knows me, it makes me mad when people tell me that, and it just makes me push even harder when people tell me that I can't do something. So, not only did they unintentionally fuel my fire, but it made me realize that I needed to have belief in myself. And I slowly started believing more in myself when I started seeing results myself with the programs and with the products that we talk about all the time. And even mentally, when I started seeing my own progress mentally, like, that was huge for me. And that is when I started instilling belief in myself. But as we start growing our team and our team of coaches, like, we also need to instill that belief in them, because you never know. I know that I have, because my spouse wasn't very supportive, I know I have coaches who their spouses aren't 100% supportive yet. And that's okay. And we'll get there. Like I promised, it happens, and slowly but surely. It took a cruise to knock at least a little bit of sense into my husband. And I come to find out last night he was talking to some of his friends about it, and how cool it was to know that most of the people on that ship, their sole income is Beachbody. So that is really cool to hear that he's now sharing that with his friends and his family. So we need to, as leaders, we need to instill that belief into our coaches. So even if they don't have anybody that supports them, we need to be that support system for them. And we need them to know that we are there for them too. Okay, so the next one, so number 14 is when a boss is more than a boss. And I always have tried to do this because I feel like especially that now where I have more coaches, I feel like I want my coaches to feel like part of my family. And because that is what I consider them as, like, I want them to feel that I love them and I love their family and I even love their spouse and I love their kids. Like, I want them to feel that. And the only reason, or the only way that we can do that, is by showing that we're more than just a boss. We're more than somebody that just wants or to rank advance. And it's really sad to me to see, but on the cruise, I actually was talking to a coach. I'm not going to mention names, but I was talking to this coach in particular, and she flat out told me that her coach makes her feel like all this coach is there for is for her paycheck. And I never want my coaches to feel like that. And honestly, like, I never even thought of my coaches as just being a paycheck. And so hopefully I show you guys that I love you enough and that I'm here more so for you as a friend than as a paycheck. And if I'm ever like that, please, like, slap me in the face and tell me, like, hey, you're treating me like a paycheck. Like, I never, ever, ever want my coaches to feel like that. So that's what I mean by that, is make them feel a value and show them that you're more than just a boss, but that you're a real person too. So the next one is a culture of giving. So this is something that comes easier to me because I've always been a giving person. And so as coaches, we need to constantly be giving. So, and you'll learn that you are constantly giving as a coach. You're giving your time, you're giving your talents, you're giving your knowledge. You just need to make sure you're constantly giving to other people. And as coaches, even future prospects, we need to be giving free content. We need to be giving free knowledge all the time. And that is something that I have been trying to do as a coach, is give more. And I felt like I was pretty giving, but I thought that I was just giving to just my coaches. So now I'm trying to give to my Facebook friends. I'm trying to give to my family. But you want to make sure that you aren't giving too much. Just give little snippets of the bigger things that you can give. But make sure that you are giving and showing that you truly care about that person. So the next one is 16, is being heard. So as a leader, you need to learn to be heard, and that means is to be heard like babies and cry and scream. Just kidding. Don't do that. What it means by being heard is you need to share. Like, that's what Facebook's all about. Paisley, Lakin, if you guys can be quiet, I'll put you on the floor. Okay. Here, you two can sit on the floor and talk to each other. Just for a minute. Okay, I'm almost done. Alright, fine. Okay, so, sorry. I was trying to get rid of the kids and they're just coming back. So they're going to be a little noisy, I'm afraid. So I'll try to talk louder. So it's being heard, coincidentally. That's the next one. And it doesn't mean by shouting to get people's attention, but it does mean drawing attention and sharing things to attract people to you. Because if you aren't sharing, then you aren't going to be heard and nobody's going to want to listen to you because you aren't being consistent with trying to be heard as a leader. So also that means, like, for team calls, like, something that I've learned is I have to be consistent with my team calls, even if nobody even hops on. At least I'm being consistent with it. And at least I hop on and I'm showing my coaches that I'm ready for them to learn and that I am here and I'm following through with the end of the bargain on my part. So that's part of being heard as an individual. Just make sure you're showing up and you're sharing so that people can listen if they choose to. And something I've been doing with that, the being heard part, is I don't know if you guys have noticed or not, but I've slowly been learning more about the Facebook Live. So I think it is a great tool. Yes, I hate recording myself and I hate looking at myself, but I do, and I have seen the benefits of doing Facebook Live, and it's because I've been being more heard by my Facebook friends. So that is one way that you can try to be heard on Facebook, because one thing that I just learned yesterday, actually, that by doing a Facebook Live, it shows up at the very top of everybody's Facebook feed. So when you go live, that's the first thing that they see no matter what. So any of your Facebook friends, it's going to pop up at the very top. And that's one of the ways that you can be seen way more than if you just randomly make a post. The only way that your post makes it to the top of the Facebook feed is if people like and comment on your post. And with videos, when you post videos, the only way that they're viewed is if people watch the video. And the more people that engage, so the more people that like and comment and view that video, the more the video will pop up at the top. But after you do a Facebook Live, and when it's all done, it saves to your timeline, but it also stays up at the top of your news feed until you start not getting any traction from it anymore. So that's a cool thing that I learned yesterday about the Facebook Live. So the next one is number 17. So when the hatch closes. So that is basically talking about when you make a sale, or when you have a new coach sign up finally, or you basically when something closes, right? When you've been working so hard to get that closed and it finally closes, you need to make sure that you are holding up your end of the bargain and that you're doing what you told them that you were going to do as a leader. And that is something that I have personally been working on quite a bit, but I feel like it's something that's very important. Okay, so the number 18 is the turnaround. So if basically it's a summary of all of the other 17 inches. So once your heart has totally flipped and once you've learned to lead with your heart, then that's when the inch number 18 is, which is when it reaches your heart. And that is when you have learned to become a heart-led leader. So truly, you can't skip any of these inches to get to the 18, right? And you have to remember that as a heart-led leader, you have to do one step at a time. You can't do all of them at once, but you have to start somewhere with something to grow. And that's something that I've been working on even since coming back from the cruise that I just went on. I learned a ton of information, but the thing with learning information is, as coaches and as leaders, we need to learn to not only learn and take all this knowledge into our heads and take notes, but we also need to schedule time. And I mean it, like schedule an actual time, like an actual hour in your day of the week, and you need to schedule a time to start implementing what you learn as coaches. And once you do that, then you will truly start seeing everything grow. So that is basically what the call is. So do you guys have any questions?
I don't have questions, but I really, really, really liked this call. Like, this is probably my favorite one I think we've ever done.
Oh, really? Well, good. See, so do you like more I don't know, what kind of calls do you guys want to see? Obviously, I'm trying to teach you guys stuff that I have learned. And so I don't know. What's some stuff that you guys would like to see?
I don't know. I mean, I really like, I don't know, I guess. I like that you've been doing the videos. Like, that one with the website was so awesome. Well, for me, because like you already know, like I have a really hard time with like the computer aspects of everything. So sorry, my voice is kind of ratchet, but I don't remember where I was going with that.
You were talking about how the videos help you because you said, I know that how you're like, and you aren't tech savvy, basically.
Yeah, just with all that kind of stuff, I struggle. And so, I don't know, so I like stuff like this. But like, as far as like this team call, like, because one of my biggest struggles is like the staying motivated. But like with stuff like this where like we're breaking down every little piece of like why we're doing this, why we want to do this. Mm-hmm. I don't know, that helps me stay motivated. I don't know about everybody else, but.
Perfect. See, and that's one thing that I struggled with as a new coach. That's kind of why I wanted to do this call in the first place, is because when I started as a new coach, I'd hop on like all Lindsay Matway's team calls, so like the Team Bombshell calls, and I would listen to all these calls, and I felt like everybody was talking about finding their why and finding their niche. And I never could freaking figure out what the heck they were talking about. I'm like, okay, well, my why is my family. But at the end of the day, it had to go a lot deeper than that to truly drive me forward. And honestly, like, it wasn't until I read this book that I really like found like the reason truly why I'm doing this business and what helps motivate me and kind of where I want to go as a leader. And that is what has been driving me forward this past week since I got home and read that book, to be 100% honest. So I feel like I've been running around blind this whole time. And I'm like, well, heck, like if this helps me figure out the reason why, like I want to share with my coaches so that they are walking around blind for 2 years of their coaching career not knowing the real reason why. So.
Yeah. I don't know. And I like that, like this whole aspect of like not doing it for the money, because I feel like I get caught up in that sometimes. Like, I'm not making money, or I want to make the money. But at the same time, I don't want to be like that salesy kind of coach. And I feel like that this is really the only way that you to not be salesy, I guess.
Exactly. Yep. No, I 100% agree. And it's funny when people say, well, when I'm talking to them or even bringing up the coaching opportunity, that's one of the first things that everybody always says. They're like, well, I'm not good at being salesy. I'm like, well, neither am I. Like, I don't think anybody wants to be salesy. And this is definitely how you're not salesy, is you're posting things that are you. Like, part of me is my kids. So, yeah, I'm going to share pictures of my freaking kids because not only are they the cutest things ever, but, like, I love them, and it's something that I feel like I can connect with people with on that aspect, and just even being able to be home with my kids. I know there's tons of moms that would kill to be at home with their kids. So, anyways, Savannah, what? Oh, wait, go ahead, Ashley.
Sorry, just real quick, what was the name of that book again? I didn't get it.
It's called The Heart-Led Leader, and it's by Tommy Spalding, and I just ordered it off of Amazon. And I am sure that you can get like audio tapes and stuff, because I like to listen to things in my car, especially where I've been home with my kids. And like I said, it was like a once in a lifetime opportunity for me to finish the book that long in a day, or less than a day. So yeah, anyways,
okay.
That's
I'm going to order it or download it, one of the two.
Yeah, it's a good one. I love it. I recommend that to anybody. Anyone. And then the You Are a Badass book. That book, yeah, I will recommend to anybody who is having troubles like doubting themselves. That is a really good book for like building your confidence up. I really like that book for that. So anyways, Savannah, do you have any questions?
I don't think so. I really like it. Well, let's see something I wrote down. Just a second. Well, I really liked how it said the first year of this business is hard, but if you have that mindset, then you can make it. Because, I mean, lately, obviously, I'm still trying to struggle with, like, my own results and my you know, my being authentic, like this really worked for me and stuff. So I know that if I push through this first year, I think I'll have that story and that why, and that's where it can really grow. So I liked that a lot. But
And something too that I want you guys to think about is, so I get a lot of comments and they're like, oh, well, it must be so easy for you to lose weight. Bull. Like, I want to swear, but I won't. Like, it was not easy for me to lose weight. Like, normally after people have kids, like right after delivery, I was told, especially after Paisley, oh, well, after you have her, like, you're going to, like, shed, like, 10 pounds easily from everything. And with both my girls, like, Paisley weighed 7'11" and Lakin weighed 7 even when they were born. And so Lakin was smaller, but with both kids, I only lost 7 pounds. And I don't know how that's even possible with Paisley, where she weighed 7'11" when she was born. But I didn't, like, I lost 7 pounds right after delivery. And so I had all that weight that I had to shed off. But the only way that it came off was me being consistent with everything. And me just having that belief and seeing other people's results help drive me forward, because I'm like, well, if they can do it, I can do it. So
yeah.
I don't know if you guys follow Megan E. Wilson, but she is, yeah, like, I love Megan E. Wilson. So she is somebody who had a baby, like, I think it was like 2 months before I had Lakin. And so I've been following her through her pregnancy and even after delivery, and she is somebody that, like, motivates me all the time. So when I'd get discouraged, I'd go watch, like, her videos where I could see her abs, and I'm like, gosh dang, like, she has these ripped abs. Like, God, this can be her third kid, and I've only had 2, like, I can get there. But you have to realize, too, that everybody's body reacts differently to everything. And so you just need to be patient with yourself and trust the process, too. Because it's in my genetics to actually be a little larger on my mom's side, to be 100% honest. And that is how my mom's whole side is they're all bigger. And I just knew, I'm like, I don't want that, so I'm going to work my butt off, and I'm just going to get it gone. So just be consistent, and you guys are going to hear me say that, and that should just be, like, deemed my word for coaching, consistency, because that's what this whole business is about, is being consistent. So, well, if you guys don't have any more questions, then I will let you guys go. Did you guys want to hop on and do a power hour really quick, or do you want to wait a little bit longer or do it on your own? You let me know. Do it together, do it by yourself. Tell me.
I might need to do it myself.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Unless you guys want to do it right now, I'm good with whatever.
Well, so my kids, I need to at least put in a movie and maybe hope that Lakin will go to sleep if I try to put her down. So maybe, like, do you guys want to plan on, like, trying to hop on at, like, 11:30 or something? And I can hop on. Sure. And if you guys hop on, then great. If not, I understand too, because my kids are being so great today too. So, but
yeah, I'll try.
Okay, and then I will try to, by the end of today, upload the videos from our call today, because I know Brianna was working today, so she couldn't hop on with us. So, anyways, but I'll get those uploaded as soon as I can. But I guess I will see you guys in a little bit, okay?
All right, thanks, Bridget.
Yep, you're welcome.
Bye.